Okay, today we are discussing landscaping and turf management. What are the importance of the landscaping? Landscaping as an integration of art and the science using the plants for beautification of the place for the purpose of the aesthetic and environmental improvement. Landscaping involves the physical features of the hardscape. Hardscapes include the fences and terrace, retaining walls, passions, walks, drives, irrigation systems, lighting and water features. A good a good designer should design the landscape in the available of the space. The natural topography, the natural topography should be retained. Fencing should be the such that the looks the naturals for and the participable should be not abstract any the natural view. For example, there is the natural forest scenario of the hillock just outside and the boundary. It should be the incorporated in the garden, designed in the thoughtful manner so that it appears to be the part of the garden. Continuing the deforestation and the rapid urbanization, the masses of the concrete are increasing day by day, thereby the resulting in increased pollution. Therefore, there is an urgent need of the tackle this the problem in the order of to keep our surroundings green, healthy, and eco-friendly. Landscaping is one of the major solution to the this problem. So okay, so the top of the grass and the pot of the soil beneath it is held together by roots, the pieces of the thin material. Top grass showed the mature grass cover, which is the produced in the intensively managed agriculture operation. It is the removed intact with the minimal amount of the soil transplanted in another area and instantly forms of the grassy top cover. In British English, such as the material is more the useful known as the tuff and the word is the sod. Limited mainly is the agriculture. Protected and the floriculture production technology for the cut and lose the flowers. In these techniques, flowers plant product is the varied types of the nature gift that is the provide the aesthetic pleasure to the human kind of. So they are the reproductive parts of the plant kingdom. Since ancient times, because of the attractive color, shape, size, and the aroma, the flowers are the used for the offering to the duties and also the adorning and the headers of the ladies, apart from the using of the decorate purposes during the festivals and the culture and the social program. There is an increasing trend of to shift from the manual to automatic operation. Irrigation can be almost totally automated by the using the micro irrigation system. This requires the linking the irrigation water lines to a the remote control mechanism that use the small computers. Israel the first introduced this the captured the controls into the form of the management system in early 1970s. Neither the small or the large micro irrigation systems and the greenhouses, the computer can control water flow and detect the leaks, shut off the faulty lines, adjust the water application for the wind speed, air temperature, and the soil moisture content, filter backwash, apply the fertilizer on the schedule, monitor the plant growth and the water relations. In added the advantage of apply fertilizers on the schedule, monitor plant growth and the water relations, and add the advantage of the computerized system in there the ability to locate the malfunctions and the alter operation to make the necessary repairs before the faulty elements causes to the each damage or water loss. Plants need the optimum temperature for the maximum yield and quality. The greenhouses in plant and the coastal regions of India needs the cooling. The greenhouse in mild climates and the coastal region can be naturally ventilized. The greenhouses for the hot summer climates of the northern plains have to the evaporate the cold or with the fan and the pad. The greenhouses for the northern plains maybe require the both cooling and the heating of the depending of the crop fertilizers. Fertilizer dosage as to the depot dependent of the on growing the media. Soilless mixtures have the lower nutrients in the holding the capacity and therefore the requires the more frequent fertilizers application. Essential elements are their maximum availability in the pH range of 5.5 to 6.5. In general, microelements are more readily available the lower pH ranges, while the macro elements are more readily available the pH 6 and the higher. Next topic is the production technology for the cut and the flowers. Mainly in India, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan. West Bengal have the emerged as the major flowering centers. West Bengal approximately 33.1 percentage. Next one is the Andhra Pradesh also 12.98 percentage. Next one is the Europe, especially Europe, Japan, Australia, Middle East, and USA, lose flowers to the Gulf, cut the foliage Europe, dry flowers to US, Europe, Japan, Australia for the Far East and the Russia, then water plants limited the very few countries dry flowers and ornamentals of the great export and the potentiality and nearly 70% of the total export of the floriculture commodities from India. Cut and flowers under the protected conditions, especially flower power. India is the floriculture can become the force reopen with the years of the come make recognize India as the flower power. Floriculture industry is the targeting in the annual turnover in the approximately $1.5 billion in the export of the floriculture products by according to 2020. Currently, flowers trade as the attracted the largest demand from an estimated the 300 million middle class flowers loving the people with the consumption of the cities and the major towns of the 40% per annum. Flower retail shops have the mushrooms made all the places from the major metros to market shops and the flower banquets. Other supermarket, hypermarket retail chains have the fueled the growth in the consumption. Cashing in on this trend, the Minister of the State for the Commerce also feels the floriculture is all about the creating the new employment opportunities for the flung areas rather than the taking about the dollars. The focus should be on the capacity of the generate the million jobs in the six agri export zones on floriculture have been the set up the Sikkim, Tamil Nadu, Uttarakhand, Karnataka, and Maharashtra. Next one, the current support of the for floriculture. The government of India liberalized the economy during the late 80s. During the same time, the national seed policy was also liberalized, paving the way for the import of the planting material, alike in the exotic varieties from the different parts of the world. The liberalized the components of the lifestyle of the horticulture, mainly is the dry flowers, flower and seed production, availability of the quality and planting materials. Next one is the nursery industry. And next one, pot puri, essential oils, mainly essential oils and the perfume from the natural sources, the great demand in India. Flower crops grown for the essential for oil production are the limited and including the mainly rose, jasmine, herbose, etc. Rosa dominance is exclusively cultivated for the extraction of the essential oils. Rose water, attar, and kalkhan, etc. In certain pockets of Rajasthan and Pradesh, research should be focused on development of the varieties with higher oil content and the standard distillation method for the higher oil recovery. Promotion of this sector encourages the ancillary industries like the steam distillation and use of the indigenous technology knowledge for the making value added the products. Natural dyes, for example, marigold pigments is the widely in the poultry industry also enhance the color of the meat and the yolk of the eggs also used for the food textile industry. Isolation and xanthophylls from the marigold has been the standardized. More crops can be identified and produced can be the standardized for full explanation. Technology development in all the areas mentioned above the not only improves situation of the respective subsector of the floriculture, but this become important avenues for the diversification for the floriculture, source of the income generation and the means in the employment to the youth. Floriculture for the livelihood security. India is the one of the leading countries for the floriculture with an area of 2.49 lakhs hectares producing the 4.84 lakhs of cut flowers and 16.59 lakhs of the tons loose flowers during the 2020 to 25. The floriculture industry in India characterized by the growing traditional flowers and cut flowers under the open field and the protected environmental condition respectively. The major loose flowers growing states are the Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal, Odisha, Jharkhand, Assam, Kerala, and they are the major cut West Bengal. Northern Eastern Himalayas and the have the becomes the major hubs for the growing the quality of the flowers in the recent time. India also has a strong dry flowers industry, which growing the quality of the flowers in the recent times. India also has the strong dry flowers industry, which is the contributes the major share of the overall trade. Other segments like the filters, potted plants, seeds and the planting natural and turf grass industry value added the products also contribute to the share in the overall the growth of the floriculture sector. Factors responsible for the floriculture growth in India, loose flowers, cut flowers, especially flowers. Next one is the pot plants and the rental service, plug plant production, landscaping, plant tissue culture, hybrid seed production, turf gas businesses, the floral decorations, essential for the industry. Next one is the landscaping, surface grasses, and the floral decorations, essential of the oil industry. The flower crops important for the essential oil extraction include the rose, jasmine, tuberose, the vanilla. Next one is the aromatic therapy. Since the beginning of civilization, humankind has been aware for the effects of the scent on the body, mind, and the emotions. Flowers were used to attract love, food, and the protection. Fragment plants were the one to the heal of the body. Not only are the flowers fun to grow, lovely to look at the and wonderful at the smell. Essential oils, skin disorders, menopause, depression, SN, calming, balancing, verify, applying, jasmine, crops on the back pain, joint of the muscle pain, dermatitis, emotional suffering, fear, and depression, rose, antiseptic nerves in the heart, fever, migraine, disappointment, sudden passions, flowers arrangement, dry flowers, and the value added the products, pharmaceutical and nutritional compounds. Some of the flower crops and the rich source of the pharmaceutical compounds like the catharanthin, vincristine from the Catharanthus rosa is used for the cancer treatment. Similarly, vitamin E is the isolate from the rose fruits, tips in marketing and the rose hip vitamin C. Nutraceutical is the blend of the two words in the nutrition and the pharmaceutical, and this provides the both health and the medical benefits of the flowers. The flowers rich source of the natural pigments, including the anthocyanins, carotenoids, and the betalains, which are the potential nutraceutical compounds. Products like the rose tea prepared from the rose petals, the rose hips, and the vitamins. Next area, the climate change and the floriculture, the climate variations for the post early support. Next one, the factors affecting the post-harvest life from the cotton and the flowers, ornamental crops, source of the essential oils, major capital essential oils. These are the black one. And the application by technology in the flower crops. And these are the application, molecular breeding of the genome mapping and the markers. Mainly these are the genetic engineering, flower color, flower shelf life, flower structure, floral scent, technological innovation, plant genetic resources. Next one is the commercial exploration of the native ornamentals, crop improvement, fluoros, gene cloning, commercial exploration in the flower crops. Next one, the biotechnological application, the floriculture, the tissue culture, and soma clonation, somatic embryogenesis. Recommendation and the action of the plan for the enterprises is the major finished product can be fetched. Next topic is the pest and disease the management. Disease and the post-harvest techniques in the flower crops, disease management in flower crops and orchids especially. Orchids, orchids have the belong to the family Orchidaceae, which is the largest, highly advanced family of the flowering plants, comprising the more than the 30,000 species under the 800 genera. It is estimated that about the 1,300 species are found in India, Himalayas, and they remain the home beside Eastern and the Western Ghats. Sikkim Himalayas, comprising the hills in Sikkim and the Darjeeling Hills, certain about the Western Ghats. 525 species of the orchids belong to some Buddhism genre. Orchids, orchids exhibit an incredible range of diversity. Management. Next one is the some of the fungal disease, block rot, crown rot, which is heart rot, is caused by the Pythium ultiminum, the Pythium splendens in the Phytophthora flammora. The symptom appears the water-soaked small brown spots in the aerial parts of the plants, which quickly turn black and moist. Whether it is the brown colored, become dry in any weather. The doubles and the roots may be sometimes develop the discolored black nectar gland, which may be later spread in the depollination of the plant. Next topic, pest and control, disease management. Some of fungal mainly fungal, bacterial, and the viral of the Carinanthin roses. The Carinanthin, the Carin flower crops grow in the worldwide on ornamental scale. And of large number of diseases caused by the fungus, bacteria, and the virus cause the considerable damage and carnation of the plants. Over the major deviations are done by the soil-borne fungi, Fusarium, Phylophthora, and the pumpkina, large numbers of the disease caused by fungi in the bacteria viruses cause the considerable damage to the cornet and plants. The fungal species of the damp is the serious disease of growth and the stunting of the young shoots. The leaves become the erosion, the stems of the sap. The entire plants will on the easiest control measure would be to avoid the contaminated soil. The planting bed should be the thoroughly sterilized in fungal management and rust management, low level management. Next one is the stem rot, Phytophthora management. Next one is the gray mold management is the Portacus cinerea. Bacterial wilt is caused by the Pseudomonas caryophyllae is a serious and areas with the high night of the temperature leaves infected the plants first because of the grayish green and then the yellow and the bright rose. Rose is the perennial lover of the shrub of the vine and the genus goes within the family. Roses that is the contains over the 100 species that and comes in the variety of the colors. The species form the group of the erect shrubs and the climbing and the trailing plants with the stems that is are the often armed with the sharp pickles. Most of the native of the Asia with the smaller numbers of the species native to Europe, North America, and the Northeast Africa. Natives, the cultivates and the hybrids are all widely grown there, the beauty and the fragrances management. Motorists serve the blighting of the birds. Brown canker deer dieback, the most serious disease of India, caused by various species fungi like the Botrodipodia and the Theobrone. Rust, rose rust is the disease caused by the orange colored spots that appear the stems and the leaves. Lilies is the comprise the genus about the 110 species in the lily family Liliaceae. And the important as the large flowering the garden Additionally, they are the important culturally the literature in much of the world. Some species are sometimes grown Next topic is the value addition of the flowering crops. What are the values of the flowering crops? Women participation in the flower cultivation. An attempt has been made the review of the students. Total 9 of the agriculture operation were identified with the women activity participated. Seed storage, winnowing, care of the animals, harvesting, weeding, soak sowing, applying new implementation in fruit, vegetables, and the flower. The study noted that there was the need for the development of the software techniques for the mist houses, tissue culture, modernizing post-harvest technologies related. The incidence of the women's participation is the larger in the households with the lower economic on the women's economic productivity about the line headed by the women and thus the income. In India, agriculture accounts national productive among that 70% of the total active women is involved in the agriculture. Women make up the 46% of the agriculture workforce. Statistical data showed there was the progressive increase in the number of women involved, the both cultivators, the wage workers. But the scrutiny of the situation behind the statistical figures indicate the women were the vital productivity workers. The poorer the family of the more depends on the economic productivity women with the intensity and the specialized time to 10 skill and the unskilled workers of the hectare throughout the year in addition large and flat workers of the processing, transportation, and marketing. The present 1.73 million workers were the starting from the production to the ultimate turnover of the 79 crores. The Mughal district of the Punjab participation of the farm women was the higher uprooting of the seedings and the transportation regards the pre-harvest agricultural activities. Women participation was the more in the nursery, raising, the sowing, and the weeding operations. Next is the uh, con- con- containers and the export of the cut flower, the floriculture products, and the production, transport, and the marketing is. Capital intensive industry requires the technology, good material, lack of the technical experts, absence of the cold chain from the production site to the airport, poor packing of the cut flowers, inadequate incentives to the farmers, the financial support and the unorganized marketing channels in the monitoring the insufficient cold storage and at the airport and the lower the floriculture development in India. The floriculture became the booming industry in the worldwide today. The sector, according to the international trade classification, encompasses the bulbs, tubers, and tuberous roots. Other leaf plots, including the trees, shrubs, brush, roots, the cutting up and slips, cut flowers and the flowers buds, fresh, dried, dyed, bleached in the printed and otherwise the prepared and foliage, branches, and the other parts, in the tree shrubs, the bushes, and the other plants are the mosses, lichens, and the grasses being the woods of the kind suitable for the banquets, banquets in the purpose of fresh, dried, the dead, bleached, impregnated, otherwise the prepared. The government of India has adopted a new Indian trade classification, which is based on the harmonized system and the commentary description coding system, harmonized description system codes for the government of India follow the Brussels tariff nomenclature (BTN). A description according to this comprises of the following: bulbs and the tubers and the tuberous roots. These are the products. They may be planted in the pots, in the box, and the similar containers. Live plants, these are the plants which are the used for the permanent and or semi-permanent decoration of the offices, homes, and the buildings. These are the four plants. They are suitable the planting for the ornamental purpose. That flowers, these are the flowers and flower pots with the suitable stem in the varying the length. Hmm. Next one, the stated are the under the floriculture, employment of the floriculture crops the cultivation, domestic trade flowers, ecological impact, post harvest loses the flowers, industrial facilities in floriculture, economic production and the marketing of the pattern of the floriculture crop, like the cost influence goals cultivation, cost and the marigold. And the final topic is the computer technology in floriculture. Mainly the components of the computer aided design CAD system. Well, these are the two main components of CAD system, hardware and the software. Hardware is there are the basically two types of the devices that is the contribute the CAD hardware, the input devices and the other output devices. The brief description given to the input devices, the computing input devices, the peripheral used to the provide data, the control signals to the information processing system, such as the computer or the information communicating with the computer and providing. Next is the mouse. These days, light pans, the CAD software. What are the advantages and disadvantages of this technology? Advantage of the CAD designing outdoor landscape, drawing the errors can be corrected easily. Drawings can be sent and the revised the elsewhere the quickly via e-tools. Drawing can be zoomed, zoomed the copied and the pasted from reduce the designers can be stored in the can be produced the product 24 hours of the day. A design can be analyzed and optimized visually using the untried elements analysis, reducing the themselves mistakes. CAD criteria for the assistance program in the landscape. CAD employed in the landscape design. The application of virtual real in landscape the design. The best landscape design software. Mainly the type of the software is the landscape professionals plan the development and design of the landscape elements on care, gardening and tree management for the residential, commercial and public spaces. Project managers can also use the landscape design software to create the photos and estimates for the landscaping services. We are to the collaborating with the contributors or DIY homeowners advanced solutions provide the features for the irrigation with the tools that is the facility drawing the CAD simulation and even the drawing mapping. While the basic estimating the features of the provided landscape design solutions usually integrate with the third party accounting for the billing solution, since not all the solutions provide the customer management feature they often offer the integration of the CRM solution as well as quality for the inclusion the landscape design categories. The product must create the established shareable visualization and design templates, deliver workflows, generate quotas and estimates of the design and the services, providing the database in the place, upload the design drafts. So this is the floriculture and next one. Mainly these are the 40 marks question paper, model question paper, floriculture. Short answer is the 2 into 6 to 12 marks. So each question is carrying 6 marks. Black 1, black 2. Uh, and the long question is the two long questions, 2 into 10, 20.